doing homework, too. Our daughters starting to bring it all home. Homework's fun. First and second grade was awesome. Third grade, you're like, okay. They throw some stuff in, you're like, oh, all right. All right. It's, okay. Learning it earlier than we used to, huh? I don't even know if that's true, but. She brought home Common Core math. That's fun. It's a new math they invented. No heads up, just give it to parents that never learned it. It's just a whole new, it's unbelievable. Why when they bring it home, you gotta watch a 40-minute YouTube video on Common Core math. I don't even understand it. If you don't know Common Core, it's just a new math. And the goal of Common Core is to use one sheet of paper for every problem. You just want to keep breaking the problem down. You put the problem at the top, and it just keeps going. And then what's even funnier is you see old math in the middle of it. As you break it down, old math gets in there, and you're like, oh, just do that at the top. I don't even know what we're doing. And it's not like old math isn't working. I mean, old math's doing, I don't get incorrect change everywhere just going, this stupid old math. It's a long way to get to the same answer. I told my wife, I go, it feels like if you knocked on my front door and I opened it, and you said, can I come in? And I was like, do you mind walking in and coming in through the back door? And you're like, does the front door not work? I'm like, no, it works. I use it. A lot of people still use it. But the new way is to go jump the fence and come in the back and meet me at this. This is what marriage feels like, what it feels like in here right now. Just one person talking, the other's like, I'm going to get out of here. I always get home late doing comedy, and my wife will be asleep, so I'll go in, I fix something to eat, I watch TV. I'll be home for like an hour, and I'll just hear her from the bedroom. She'll be like, Nate, is that you? It's like, you better hope to God it's me. You have let some murderer get quite comfortable in this house. He's eating, you know? And I don't have a gun. We don't have a gun to protect us if someone broke into our house. I have a pocket knife. That's what I have. It's gonna do nothing. I don't know even how to use this knife in the middle of the day, much less I'm gonna wake up out of a dead sleep and have some kind of knife skill I've never had before. So what me and my wife do, we sleep strategically in our bed to like prepare for an attack, you know? So, like, I'm here, like, she's closest to the door, but it's, yeah, I don't know, it's fine. Look, she doesn't even know there's a strategy, so it's, the plan is like, the guy would come in, right, and she's gonna lunge at him. She'll lunge, and she'll probably be like, it felt like I got pushed, and be like, well, you don't know what lunging means. And she'll lunge, she'll put up a good fight, you know? At least a good enough fight that I can be practicing with my knife on my side. That's all I want. My dad is a magician. He's done that my entire life. He was a clown at the very beginning, just in case you're like, how do you get into something like that? It goes clown then magic. There's 2 steps. You can take them in either order. I was born, he was a clown. It was never weird to me. I thought everybody's dad was a clown. My first memory of my life is I was 5 years old, and I remember my mom walked me out to the front yard, and my dad pulled up with this old red Mazda. He's dressed as a clown. That doesn't even faze me. That's just how he left. How else would he come home? And the Easter Bunny was in the passenger seat. That's the first thing that I remember to my life. If you want to know how you get into comedy, that's a pretty good nudge. And I remember it didn't fit, the Easter Bunny head didn't fit in the car, like he couldn't sit normal, so his head was bent to the side. And I remember he had his seatbelt on, and he's just like, and I was like, I like to think about all the other people that saw that just in the car next to him, just at a red light. You're like, I didn't even know they hung out like that. So me and my dad, he just does magic now, and he's very good at what he does. He's very funny, and we do shows together. So one time we did this show. Magicians have conventions where they get together and they buy and sell tricks, and they give a lecture, and they do this big show. So this guy was putting one together in Des Moines, Iowa, which is the birthplace of magic, something a lot of people don't know. And it's not, but it does sound like it could be. I don't know why. I said that in Des Moines, and people are like, I think I already knew that. They're like, yeah, he's right. So this guy calls me, he's like, your dad's performing this year, so we want you to come down, and we're gonna make you appear out of a magic trick. I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna surprise my dad, surprise the audience, everybody will go crazy, and then I'll do 5 minutes of stand-up, and that will end the show. He's like, it's gonna be like a big deal. And I was like, all right, I agreed to it. I fly to Des Moines, I'm hiding, I'm in my room, no one knows I'm there. The show starts, my dad's out performing, I climb in a box backstage. When my dad gets done performing, they ask him to stay and help, and they push the box out. The trick is, the guy is a very pretty lady assistant. She walks around, shows the box is empty, and then she climbs in. Normally it just falls apart, and then she disappears. But now it falls apart, and it's me, and I pop out. And you have to come out big. I don't know if you've ever appeared out of a magic trick, but if you do, yeah, you can't just be like, how you doing? You know, like, it's gotta be a big grand, like, can you believe it? And I look at my dad, his face is so surprised, he had no idea. But his eyes are just like, why would you ever do this? And I was like, this is not a good time to visit you. The audience is clapping, but they're not going that crazy. Like, the clapping starts dying down. And as I'm standing there, it's like hitting me that I was like, I don't think they know who we are. That guy told me they did, and they don't. They don't know that's my dad. They don't know I'm a comedian. This looks like the stupidest trick they've ever seen. It doesn't make sense. Like, they're like, a pretty girl goes in, then just a whatever dude pops out. That's your trick? Your trick is backwards, sir. It's backwards. And now I gotta do comedy, but they don't know I'm a comedian, so I get a microphone. They're like, he's gonna talk to us now? How long is this trick? And when you do comedy in front of people not expecting comedy, it does not come off as comedy. It sounds like a mean speech. They were just like, get back in the box. Where's the girl? And I'm married, and me and my wife were in Nashville last summer, and we went out on the lake with some of our friends, and we were floating around in the water, and there was a guy in a boat, like right next to us, and my wife was like, oh, that's my ex-boyfriend in that boat. I didn't know who he was. She didn't have to say anything at all. She was just basically like, are you having fun? Because I would like to put a stop to that and make you stare at this guy the rest of the day. So I'm staring at him, and then I look at her, and she's staring at him, and I feel like she's staring at him to see what her life would be like if she didn't marry me. So I started staring at him because I was like, I'm gonna see what my life would be like if I didn't marry her, you know? We were both putting so much pressure on this guy, and we have a daughter. We have a 3-year-old daughter, and we took her to Disney World, and I made the mistake of like telling my friends. They were just like, I don't know why you're taking her, you know, just wasting money. She's not gonna remember it. And it's like, it's exciting. Like she believes in Minnie Mouse. Like it's fun to see her get excited. Like, what should I do? Should I just lock her in a closet and be like, do you remember yesterday? No? Well, until you start remembering things, I'm not gonna waste any of my money on you, you know? I love coming here to Montreal. I've been here a few times. Last time I was here, had a bit of a too much of a good time. Is that how you should say it? I was staying here at the hotel, got super drunk, and locked myself out of my hotel room completely naked. And I remember getting all the way out, and then I hear the door shut, which is the most sobering noise I've ever heard in my entire life. So I'm standing there, I'm like, what are you gonna do? And I was like on the 7th floor, and I was like, oh, there's a window. I'll just jump out of that, you know? That's easier than talking to my wife about this. But then I looked to the left, and there was a cleaning lady, and she's just staring at me. And I'm just like, what are you doing here? And you know why she's there? Because it's like 11 a.m. That's why she's there. That's how far in the day it was. And I looked at her just like, you know, what are you gonna do? Like, this happens to the best of us, right? And she was like, doesn't. It's never happened before. And I don't even have, like, the worst, I don't have like a body either that's like, you're welcome. You know what I mean? Like I did her a favor. I was like, come on, it's your lucky day, all right? Take it in. I do nothing to try to lose weight. I'm just kind of riding it out, seeing here's where we're at right now. What I've started doing, though, is I tell people I used to weigh 300 pounds because, yeah, I'm a pretty dumb guy. Just, I think it's pretty obvious. And it's, I think, I've thought about like time travel. Like if I went back in time, knowing everything I know now, I don't think I would make a difference. I don't think you would even hear about it. If I went back to the 20s and I like saw some guy on like an old phone, I'd be like, hey, eventually they have phones you just carry in your pocket. And he'd be like, yeah, how do they do it? It's like, you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they're doing it. It's like a satellite or something. And they'd be like, what's a satellite? Well, I shouldn't have even brought that up then. It's like a round metal dish or something that's got to go pretty high in the air. I honestly don't think I could prove I'm from the future. I mean, they would want some proof, you know? Who's the next president? Oh boy. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That was unbelievable. I don't know, I get to travel a bunch. I've been to like a bunch of different countries. I don't know where any of them are, or even where. I didn't learn about countries in school, so I just learned about Tennessee, and then I was told about the states that touched us in case they attacked. And that was basically it. I just went to Honduras. We did a USO tour for the troops in Honduras. That's where it's going down next. And yeah, they told me. They haven't even told America yet, but it's fine. I went there. I go to the airport, and I told the guy, I was like, hey, I'm going to Honduras. And the guy was like, what city? And I was like, I'm just learning right now that's not the name of the city. So just wherever people are going, probably. I didn't know you were gonna grill me about it. We land in Honduras, the guy picks us up. He's driving us to the army base. And then, so when we get out there, he's like giving us a rundown of like everything. And so when he was like, all right, there's a couple things you gotta look out for. There's a lot of snakes, a lot of venomous snakes. So he's like, when you walk around, just keep an eye out for snakes. But if you do get bit by a snake, the best thing to do is just go ahead and just catch the snake and then bring it with you, so then we know like what snake bit you. And I was like, I'm pretty positive, like that's not what you're supposed to do. I've never seen that on Animal Planet or something, like just catch a snake. I've never caught a snake in my life, and then when I get bit, I gotta get it together and catch a snake for the first time. I was like, it's not gonna go good, dude. He's gonna keep biting me. That's all that's gonna happen. And he was like, it doesn't matter, you've already been bit. And I was like, do you even know what a snake is? It completely matters. There's a huge difference between one bite and probably 30 bites, which is what we will be at if I try to catch this snake. Who told you this snake? Is that who told you to tell me this? Whose side are you on? I watch a lot of animal stuff. Like I keep in, you know. I watched a thing on, this was on 60 Minutes. They did an undercover like reporting about tigers. Like you can buy tigers. Like if anybody wants a tiger, I can give you a lead with a guy that will sell you a tiger. And my favorite part though, they asked him, they were like, hey, do you think it's too easy to buy a tiger in this country? And the guy was like, yeah, it's like way too easy.
And that was my favorite part, you know? That's why America's the best, all right? Well, where else can you go? I didn't even know you could buy tigers. I didn't even know that. I would have been embarrassed to ask. And then 1 second later, I'm like, I don't really have to jump through hoops if I do want to buy a tiger. It's not an all-day thing. It's like an hour. I'll be right back with our tiger. And the big thing, everyone wants to get rid of guns, you know? But what makes me nervous about taking guns away from people is because those are the exact same people that will buy tigers. And I think that's gonna be a much bigger problem, all right? I think you'll probably be like, look, here's your gun back. And they'll be like, no, I'm good. My tiger is way better than my gun. My gun missed all the time. My tiger rarely misses. Even if he does miss, it's just for a second, you know, it's never long. Like if a guy dodges the tiger and he's like, your dumb tiger missed, it's like, well, he did not. He is right behind you now. And he is furious about it, so.
We're at a Holiday Inn Express. So the breakfast buffet there is where they have the cereal where you turn the knob and like 4 pieces fall out. It's like how you feed a cat for a long weekend, you know? That's enough. They had batter and syrup. And so you pour they had the waffle iron where you make it yourself. So you pour the batter on the waffle iron, you shut it, you turn it over, it locks, it cooks for 2 minutes, you turn it over, you open it, half the waffle comes off, half stays forever. That's how you eat a waffle. So I'm with my buddy of mine that's my age. So we go through, he's in front of me, not really talking or anything, just going through. He gets to it, it's batter and syrup, they're in clear containers. They're not labeled, but they're in clear containers. He gets the syrup and starts pouring it on the waffle iron. And I'm not even stopping him because he's not doing it where he's going, I've never done that. He's doing it where we're probably going to try it after. I mean, he's just like, you're like, dude, I can't wait to see what this guy's making. Like, he might know something that I don't know. He shuts it, turns it over, it cooks. He's like looking at us. We're like, I mean, the whole line's like, yeah, what is that going to be? And it makes black smoke is what it makes. Just, I mean, dark black smoke. Just starts filling the lobby. The manager comes over. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, I guess I poured the wrong one. These are not labeled. And the guy's like, they're in clear containers. Do you not know the difference of batter and syrup? And he's like, I bet it happens all the time. He goes, I've worked here my whole life and I've never seen this. So they threw the waffle iron. They just throw it away. That's what they have to do. Just throw it away. It's over. And now there's no waffle. I mean, we went from all about to get a waffle to it's upside down in a trash can. And then he just turns and looks, and it's just a line of people with that little foam plate. And just everybody's sad. I just hear someone in the back go like, I set my alarm for this. I mean, 2 guys didn't have shoes on. They go, I ran down with no shoes in that elevator. I thought I was going to miss it. On a sadder note of sorts, we had to put our dog down recently, and it's a tough thing to do. You know, nothing was wrong with her. I'm just really busy right now, and she was very sick. That was a joke. All right, that was a joke, and she would have loved that joke. So don't you worry about it. That's the type of humor she had. She was a rescue. It's not your labradoodle humor, all right? It's a little darker. She was a wonderful dog. We loved her, and her name was Annie. And the reason we got her was my sister worked at a vet, and people do put dogs down for no reason. So if someone brought a dog in, that was fine. They just didn't want it. My sister couldn't do it, so she would walk the dog back and then just steal the dog. I don't know the laws on all that, but I'm sure now people are finding out that their dog's still alive right now. So we got Annie. Annie was getting put down. She was a hunting dog, and she was terrible at it. And she was bred to be a hunting dog, and she was just like a misfit toy that just didn't do it. She got shot once. And that's because the guy, he would be doing target practice, and then she'd just walk in front of the targets, and he would hit her, and he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, what are you doing? She had no awareness about her, the senses that dogs have. We had turkeys in our backyard once, and I let her out to go chase these turkeys, retired hunting dog, figured that's fun. And We have a very normal backyard. It's not Yellowstone Park. You can see all of it at all times. I like push her out and she just pees and then comes back in the house. Never sees the turkeys. And I'm just looking at her like, you didn't feel anything? Like nothing was going, like I sensed it as a human on the couch. I felt there was turkeys outside. You want to take just one lap around, see if... The guy used her a lot for duck hunting, so he would shoot a duck, she's supposed to run and go get it, and then bring it back. So what I like to picture is he shoots the duck, she runs out, comes back, no duck. And she's like, I don't even know what we're doing. All right, I did not, a million things flew in the air when you shot that gun, and I'm supposed to know which one you hit? And the guy's just looking at her, and then she's like, you're not even the guy that I came out here with. Do you see, is there another guy out here by any chance? Our daughter would put birthday cone hats on her, and one slipped over her eye, and it was like that for 6 hours. I was just trying to see how long, like how's it accidentally not coming off? And she was just going about her day, just eating, drinking, like, yeah, I can't see all that eye no more, all right? That's the cards I was dealt, and that's okay. And then I pulled it off of her, and she was like, oh, I didn't know you were a doctor. And I'm like, I am a doctor. Just two dumb animals talking to each other. So she had skin cancer, and she would get all these spots on her. So we kept getting them removed, but it was really starting to take a toll on her, and she was older. So we knew the day was close. And our daughter, she's 6 now, but she was 5 at the time. This was her first pet. She was best friends with this dog. And it was the first thing that was gonna die in her lifetime. So it's a lot of stuff to have to explain to a kid, you know? And so I was talking to my wife about like, how are we gonna tell her? And at first I was like, let's just act like we didn't have a dog. 5-year-olds are smart, but if we stick together on this, and she comes home from school and is like, where's the dog? And we're like, what dog? Like, I've never seen a dog. Don't you think I would know if there was a dog? But I read an article about the long-term damage of that. It's pretty good. So I was just honest with her. And I set her down. I said, look, Annie's very sick and she's older and she's gonna die soon. This happens, so just love her as much as you can right now. And she took it as good as a 5-year-old can take it. So the next day, I kind of told her again, you gotta tell kids over and over again. I kind of kept telling her, I didn't want this to be a surprise. And then Annie surprised us by living 6 months longer. I mean, we were way off on when we thought she was gonna die. But I already started telling my daughter I didn't want to stop and then have to start it again. So I just kept it up for 6 months. Every day I was like, she'll die. All right, she will die. She will die, I will die, your mom's dead. Finally the day was here, and our daughter was at school. And so my sister and my wife, they took Annie to go have to put her to sleep. And I went to go pick up our daughter to tell her. I've already been telling her. And so I picked her up, I told her, it was brutal, very sad. She took it as if this was the first she's heard about it. We get home, and my wife was like, how was it? Which is already a dumb, like, it was great. You know, I loved it, can't wait for the next thing to die. Nice to say I told you so, you know. I told my wife it was terrible, you know. And then my wife goes, you didn't tell her that I did it, did you? And I was like, no, why would I say that? Like, I didn't even think about it, you know? Then I looked at her like, is that what you would have said, though? Would you have told her that I did it? You know how your dad's been talking with the dog dying? Well, he's finally had enough. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. I was a kid in the 80s and 90s. And during the 80s and 90s, kids were getting kidnapped pretty rapidly. And look, I'm not trying to say we were more desirable or something. I think we were outside more. A lot more opportunity, you know. Also a lot easier to get us into vans. Didn't take much. And so parents back then, they would watch TV, and I think it would scare the parents. You know, you realize like now everything's a crime show. Everything that you watch is crime, podcasts are crime, movies are crime. You almost like see it so much. But back then, you only had so many channels. And then when they would watch these shows, they were very powerful shows. My parents used to watch a show called Rescue 911. And it would just show reenactments of crimes. And it was powerful. I've seen 3 seconds of Rescue 911. I remember walking through the living room. My parents are watching it. I look at the TV. A guy has a ski mask on, and a woman is asleep with her feet out from under the covers, and he started rubbing her foot. That's all I saw. I kept walking. I don't know what happened before or after, but I know I've never been able to sleep with my feet out from under the covers because I accidentally saw that 30 years ago. And my feet get so hot, and I want to put them out so bad. I mean, I try it every night for 30 years, and then that image pops in my head, and I yank them right back under. I'll be in a hotel room, and I'm like, look, you can't get in here, dude. You've locked everything. And I'm like, that's exactly what he's been waiting for. He's probably already in here. So my parents, I think, watched a Rescue 911 where a kid went missing. So it got them scared. They were like, I think they took it as like, look, you guys are getting kidnapped. There's nothing we can do. It's happening. So they wanted us to be prepared for it. So instead of like, I don't know, self-defense, give us a gun, I don't know, something. What they did was like, you know, you always hand out flyers if a kid goes missing. They were like, let's just get that flyer ready. We'll just do that, you know? So if a kid goes missing, they always have a flyer. They put a picture of the kid and all the information below the flyer. So the height, weight, eye color, all that stuff. So instead of making a flyer, what they made us do was we wrote on a piece of paper our name, height, weight, eye color, and then we just held it up against the wall, and they just took a picture of us. So the picture is us holding our own information. And they said, well, when the cops are like, hey, let's get a flyer ready, we're going to be like, well, we've been rooting for this to happen. We already have one made. And they're like, we'll give that to the police. Which, if we would have been kidnapped, my parents would be in prison right now. No one's going to believe you pre-took pictures. I mean, they're going to just look at this and be like, all right, just tell us where the kids are at. That would be the easiest thing to do. I've never seen this ever. They had to go get that printed at Walmart, too. You couldn't do that at home. You had to go show people that you're crazy. We walked in Walmart, and the guy was probably like, hey, do you think I could talk to your kids by themselves for a little bit? I'd love to just chat with them. I'm married. I'm still married. And thanks. Yeah. I like to say it, you know, like I'm at the same job, just like, yeah, no, still work there. Yeah, right out of high school. Only job I applied for. My wife will tell me that she always says that I don't like the way she talks, and it's not her voice. I like the sound of her voice. That'd be a big problem, I think, if it was like, it's your voice. I'd just hate it. Just to go to couples therapy and be like, can you hear it right? Like, it's not, you know, it's not fun. It's the information that she chooses to tell me at times. We took a trip to Florida, to Fort Lauderdale, and her and our daughter are flying from Nashville, where we live, and I'm flying from Detroit. We're meeting at Fort Lauderdale's airport. I have to find them when they land. So I called her because I was about to take off, and I was like, all right, what time do you guys leave? She goes, noon. And it was 11:30, and they're still at home. I was like, Laura, I don't know if you even know what an airport is. But if that plane was in our driveway, I don't think you could make it. And she said, that's what time we leave for the airport. Our flight's not till 1:30. And I was like, all right. So what do you think I wanted to know when I asked that? Is that what you thought the best time you could give me was a time that means nothing to nobody? What time did you go to bed last night? Just tell me that, and I'll just look up all the planes that land in Florida, and I'll guess which one I think you're on. She said, I'm sorry I don't talk the way you want me to talk. I'm like, I want you to talk like a regular person, all right? Like you've been around people before, you know? We didn't talk in Florida, I'll tell you that. She's good at not talking to me. She can go a long time. She could do her whole marriage career. marriage fights are great because they're all very dumb. I would say 90% of them are dumb. 10% the cops show up. But we got in a fight once over chocolate milk. We didn't talk for 24 hours. What happened is I brought chocolate milk home, and she was like, "Why did you bring it home?" And I was like, "You're supposed to drink it after you work out." And she was like, "That's not true." And I was like, "Well, there's a commercial on TV. They probably looked into it more than you did." So I decided to listen to them. And she said, "That's just the milk people pushing chocolate milk." And I was like, "You don't even know what that statement means. You don't know if there's milk people." And I think chocolate milk's doing fine. I don't think they're sitting on barrels of it. And they're like, "We got to make up a lie. We got to get rid of this chocolate milk." She went to college, all right, and I did not. But she did not study chocolate milk. When is it good and not good for you? To be fair to her, though, I do not work out. So, but I was probably going to start, and I needed to get all this stuff there. Do you ever get in those fights, like you'll be at home, like you and your spouse, and you guys are not talking to each other, and you're in the house together, no kids, the house is quiet, and you just stay on opposite ends, and then you pass each other in the hallway? That's like the funniest part of it, because you don't live in a mansion, you have one hallway. And you just didn't time it out right, and you just have to walk by each other like strangers. You're like, "Oh, excuse me, sorry, yeah, no, go ahead." She'll be watching TV, I'm like, "Ma'am, are you watching this?" I couldn't tell, I was gonna change it if you weren't watching it. It's the silent treatment. The silent treatment is, it's a very common thing. Everybody knows what it is. I think women are just born knowing it. I don't think. Thank you very much. It's very exciting. It's crazy. Look, if you're at home, I'm as shocked as you are that I'm here. So, I've come to this building for a long time, and so it's unreal to be here at this Saturday Night Live, which is crazy. It's all right there. My name is Bargatze. I'm from Tennessee. I'm from the 1900s. And I just think you gotta say it. Like, the world is so future now, and I feel in the way of it. Hotels are futuristic. Like, you go, you take a shower, the shower's enclosed, but now a lot of hotels have half a glass, and water gets on the floor, and that's the future. That's what they want, and I would like a whole glass. They do half a glass because I'm still alive, so they're like, they don't want to hear me going, "Where's the glass at?" So they do half a glass, and then the future, the floors are always wet. Every floor. I mean, I'm 44. My daughter's 11. When she's my age, it will be 2057. I don't even believe that's a real year. My movies didn't go that high in fake years. How am I going to talk to someone from 2057? I have more in common with a pilgrim. I saw too much old-timey stuff. I'm pre-internet. I mean, we go to a county fair, Wilson County Fair, and this is in Tennessee, if you're wondering. And we would go there, fairs, I don't know how they're still open, but I don't think the government knows about them. I don't know, we ride these rides that were on the interstate an hour ago. So my dad is a magician, if you don't know, and we would go watch him perform. This is the 80s, so we'd go watch him. My dad's doing magic. Right next to him, they had donkeys jumping off a high dive into a pool. So pretty tough to keep people's attention. when my dad is like, is this your card? And everybody's like, hold on, this donkey's about to jump off this high dive. That's something you don't think you want to see till it's up there. And I use the word jump very loosely. Yeah, these donkeys are falling off this high dive, but can't put that on the sign, you know? You gonna watch a donkey fall off a high dive? You're like, no. What if he jumped? Well, at least he's into it. Just so you know, PETA shut that down. And yeah, and that was one everybody was like, we get that one. There's another one PETA had to shut down. So this is also in the 80s, pre-internet. You could fight an orangutan. You could fist fight an orangutan. This was offered. We didn't have a lot going on. This is what we had to do. And so orangutan would be in a boxing ring with boxing gloves on, and it would stand like this. And then a guy would pay $5. It wasn't for free. You would pay, and then he'd go in there, and this orangutan would just knock this dude out. Because we didn't have the internet to look up how strong's an orangutan. So, yeah, it was, you know, it was all word of mouth back then. You had to meet a guy that just fought an orangutan. And you're like, are they strong? You're like, yeah, dude. Like, but the arms are skinny. I know. That's what I thought as well. That strength comes from somewhere. Look, if you think I'm old, there's people older than me still around. Yeah. That's crazy. It's crazy. Walking around. People from the 30s. My great Aunt Helen, from the 30s, she's deaf. They didn't know she was deaf until she was 9 years old. That's how long it took them to figure it. Deaf, one of the easier ones to figure out. And the doctors were baffled as they smoked in her face. And they're like, I don't know, you know? She's rude, I'll tell you that. My parents are getting older. So my mom, we had her go pick up our daughter recently at a friend's house, and I texted her the address. She drove to the wrong house. So she knocked on the door, and another grandmother answered. Well, this is not good. This is like two dogs seeing each other through a fence. They're gonna be there for a while, you know? So my mom, she knocks on the door. The grandmother, my mom goes, is my granddaughter in there? And that lady goes, I have 3 grandsons, so no solution. Just 2 grandmothers, just, do you have stuff? I have stuff too. They talked for 30 minutes. It's a wrong door. I had to go get my daughter, then find my mom. My dad, too. My dad has surgery 8 times a year, probably. And he loves it. He loves it. He had surgery because he was addicted to Afrin, the nose spray. Look, I've been addicted to Afrin, the nose spray. If you don't know what it is, I would honestly tell you not to get involved. It's one of the best things I've ever been part of. Solves everything immediately. When I was on it too, my wife, she'd be like, what's that noise? She'd hear one puff. What's that? I go, I ain't gonna live like this. I ain't worked this hard not to do Afrin in my own home. So, my dad goes to the doctor, and they were like, do you use Afrin? And he goes, no. And the doctor was like, I can see that you use it. I was just saying that. He goes, how long have you been using it? My dad said 5 years, which is a lie. But my mom was there, and she goes, how about 45 years? That's how long he's used it, 45 years. The back of the box says no more than 3 days. There's not a medicine on earth that tells you to give it a good 45-year run. That's why I get nervous as I get older, because I am already not smart, and I'm in my prime right now. I don't read any books. I don't do it. And I think that matters. I do think that matters. Reading, I believe, is the key to smart. That's what I've always said. And I don't do it because every book is just the most words. It doesn't let up. I mean, every page is more words. It's like, what are you talking about there? Put some blank pages in there. Let me get my head above water for 2 seconds. I did. Thank you. It's been a reading joke. I want to learn more about history because I don't know anything, and so I'm trying to figure it out. I can tell I don't know anything about history because every history movie I watch on the edge of my seat. What is going to happen? I don't know. I watched the movie Pearl Harbor, and I was as surprised as they were. Just crazy. All right, we've got a great show for you tonight. Foo Fighters are here, so stick around, and we'll be right back.
Every comic literally loves this guy. He's originally from Nashville. Please give it up for Nate Bargatze, everybody. Nate Bargatze.
I'm from Nashville, and I'm married, and it's fine. I don't know. This is what marriage feels like, what it feels like in here right now. Just one person talking, the other's like, I'm gonna get out of here. I always get home late doing comedy, and my wife will be asleep, so I'll go in, I fix something to eat, I watch TV. I'll be home for like an hour, and I'll just hear her from the bedroom. She'll be like, Nate, is that you? It's like, you better hope to God it's me. You have let some murderer get quite comfortable in this house. He's eating, you know? And I don't have a gun. We don't have a gun to protect us if someone broke into our house. I have a pocket knife. That's what I have. It's gonna do nothing. I don't know even how to use this knife in the middle of the day, much less I'm gonna wake up out of a dead sleep and have some kind of knife skill I've never had before. So what me and my wife do, we sleep strategically in our bed to prepare for an attack, you know? So I'm here, she's closest to the door, but I don't know. It's fine. Look, she doesn't even know there's a strategy. So it's the plan is the guy would come in, right? And she's gonna lunge at him. She'll lunge. And she'll probably be like, it felt like I got pushed. And be like, well, you don't know what lunging means. And she'll lunge. She'll put up a good fight, you know? At least a good enough fight that I can be practicing with my knife on my side. That's all I want. Little. We have a daughter. We have a daughter as well, so it's getting pretty serious between us now. And it's our first kid. I don't know if we had a kid too late in life. Sometimes I think so. Because if you ever ask someone that has kids and their kids are grown and moved out, and you're like, when's the best time of your life? They will say before they have kids or after their kids move out. There's 20 years they don't mention. And that's when kids were in their house, you know? So for me, I'm 35. I was 33 when she was born. So by the time she moves out, I'll be 53. I'll be dead within hours. So, I've just pushed it too far. Like, I should have done it earlier, you know? Like, I watched that show, Teen Mom, and I'm like, man, those girls are nailing it. Like, that's what... Just get it over with, you know? Like, no one likes junior high or high school anyway, so just wrap it all up together. If I had my daughter at 13, she'd be already moved out. Right now, she'd be gone. I'd already be done. I would be crushing it down here. So, we took her to Disney World, and she's 2, and so when I took her, like my stupid buddies that don't have kids, they're just like, why are you even taking her? It's not like she's going to remember it, you know? You're just like wasting money. And I was like, I don't know, but it's fun to see her get excited. I don't know, you know? I mean, should I just lock her in a closet and be like, do you remember yesterday? No? Well, until you start remembering things. I'm not going to waste any money on you, you know? We were living in New York. We were living in New York when she was to be born, and we flew home. I didn't want her to be born in New York. I just, you know, I don't need her growing up thinking she's better than me. Yeah. It was you start where we start. No one, you know, no one gets a leg up in our family. And when I first moved to New York, I was there 3 months from Nashville, Tennessee. And I remember one night we would do comedy, then we'd always go eat at like a diner really late. And one night I'm sitting, I go to this diner, I'm sitting in the back, and this guy walks in with his seeing eye dog, but he's like pretending to be blind. Like he's not, like I'm really good at telling when people are fake blind. And I was like, this guy's not blind, you know? He walked in, he made a big announcement to it. He's like, hey, I'm blind, everybody, I'm blind. And then he started just knocking everything off everybody's table. Like, oh, I wish I could see what's going on, but I can't because I'm blind. And he had a seeing eye dog, but he was leading the dog around the whole time. The dog never got in front of him. And I was like, it doesn't work like that, you know? Like, I don't think the dog builds confidence and is like, why don't you do some of these on your own? I just want to see, you know, if you get it, like, So I'm watching all this happen. I'm getting pretty upset about it, you know, because I just moved to the north from the south, so I still cared about people. And I was like, I gotta do something, you know. And so they kick him out. So they kick him out, and they get us outside. And I go out there. I look. I was like, all right, let me go, because in my Mayberry head, I think this is New York's biggest problem. And I go over to him. I was like, what's wrong with you, man? Like, why would you pretend to be blind? Like, how would you feel if you really were blind? And he was like, how would you feel if you were blind? I was like, what does that even mean? And then he sprayed me with mace. And he was so accurate. You know, it wasn't like, oh, I hope I get him. It was both eyeballs. The bridge of my nose wasn't even wet. That's how good he was. And when you get sprayed with mace, you can see for a second. And I remember, like, I was like sitting there, and I look up, and he runs across the street, and he gets hit by a cab. For real, it wasn't bad. Like the cab, like just kind of bumped in. I mean, it wasn't good, but it wasn't, you know, like he's fine. I think he's fine. He could see after. No, I don't know. But he falls into the sidewalk. But I remember like thinking, I was like, I saw that cab. Like he definitely should have seen it, you know. So it was like, all right. I mean, odds are he's probably blind. You know? Maybe it's his first day or something. I don't know. Like, maybe he's going through a lot. And I should have just backed up. Everybody asked, too. They're like, oh, was it... they would one another. Like, would you get sprayed with pepper spray or mace? And it's like, I don't know what kind of life are you living if you could tell the difference. If I knew, it was something. I don't know. Could have been hairspray. I don't know. What do you... He had big hairspray that he carried with him. Yeah. I love doing comedy, though. It's fun. And I do it. My dad is an entertainer as well. He's a magician. Really is. He doesn't. He does. Well, he's all started as a clown too. Like I don't want to come off like I come from some rich magic family, and I'm better than you guys. He paid his dues, his clown dues, and he went through the system. That's this. It goes. There's 2 steps. It goes clown, magician, and that's it. You can also just go straight to magician, but it depends if you want to be respected or not. And so, I'll tell people too. I'm like, oh, my dad was a clown. They're like, oh, I hate clowns. And it's like, hey, remember that time I just said my dad was a clown? I just said that. Here's what we did a show together recently. I'll tell this story and then we'll be done. We did a show together. So magicians, when they get together, they do they have magic conventions, and it's where they all like kind of get together and they perform for each other. They give lectures, they buy and sell tricks, and like all this stuff. So it's a lot of magicians, So this dude was putting one together in Des Moines, Iowa, the birthplace of magic. Most people don't. No, it's not. It's not, but it sounds like you're like maybe, like. You don't really know. You're like, oh, all right. So this guy is putting it together. He's having my dad perform. So he calls me and he's like, hey, I want you to come and we're going to surprise your dad. I'm going to make you appear out of a magic trick. And then you'll come out of the trick. Your dad will be on stage. He'll be blown away. The audience will go nuts because you 2 guys will be together. And then you come out and do stand-up. It's going to be like the perfect ending of the night. And I was like, all right, perfect. Let's do it. Sounds great. So we get it, fly to Des Moines. I get there, show starts. No one knows I'm there. I climb in this box. My dad's performing. Right when he gets done, they push the box out. My dad's out there. The trick is, normally this guy walks around. He's a very pretty lady assistant. And she walks around the box, shows the box is empty. And then she climbs in, box falls apart, and she disappears. Now, she climbs in, box falls apart. I pop out. Like, huh? Can you guys believe it? I made it. It's crazy, right? And I look at my dad, and his face he's so surprised, and his face is, it's kind of just like, why would you agree to this? And I was like, what? Is that not? And in the audience, 0 reaction. 0. Nothing. And then I realized, I go, you know what? They don't know we're related. No idea. They think this is the worst trick they've ever seen in their life. The trick is like, so a pretty girl disappears and a whatever dude pops out? Like, that's your trick? It's the stupidest trick I've ever seen in my life. And now I gotta do stand-up. So I gotta jump out of the box, grab a microphone, and now they're like, now he's talking to us? Like, what does he get off? They have no idea I'm a comedian. And when you do stand-up in front of people that are not expecting stand-up, it doesn't come off as stand-up. It comes off like a mean speech, People are like, get back in the box. So, all right, thank you guys. I've been in Iraq 3 times. Twice we did comedy for the troops. The 3rd time was vacation. The 3rd time, I just wanted to see it. And it is nice. They have 1 tree. It's gorgeous. So you wait in line for that, and then you fight your way back to the plane. So it's like a hiking trip of sorts. When we did comedy for the troops, we'd go over there, and they would have a lot of like small bases. They only have like 40 troops at these bases. So they would have like a lot of makeshift stuff for these guys, like their bathrooms. They had pipes dug in the ground, and that's what they would pee into. And then if they did they had a bag. They called it a wag bag. So it was very awkward. Like I went up to a soldier, I go, where's your restroom at? And he was like, you gotta go number 1 or number 2. It's like, well, I don't really see how that's your business. And to be honest, I might mix it up. So why don't you let me decide, all right? We have barely made eye contact. I got to go to Bahrain, too, which I learned was a country when I got there. I thought it was the guy we were meeting, and it was... When you go to Bahrain, you go and you stay on an army base, but there you can actually leave the base and go out to the city. So they tell you, they're like, look, if you go out there, it's safe, just don't draw attention to yourself. So they were like, don't wear American t-shirts. And I was like, all right, like that's fine, no American t-shirts. So what are you gonna do about the white on my skin? That's gonna be more of a problem. I don't want them to come up to me like, excuse me, are you Muslim? Southern Muslim, actually. I've been in Iraq 3 times. Twice we did comedy for the troops. The third time was vacation. The third time, I just wanted to see it. And it is nice. They have one tree. It's gorgeous. So you wait in line for that, and then you fight your way back to the plane. So it's like a hiking trip of sorts. When we did comedy for the troops, we'd go over there, and they would have a lot of like small bases, where they only have like 40 troops at these bases. So they would have like a lot of makeshift stuff for these guys, like their bathrooms. They had pipes dug in the ground, and that's what they would pee into. And then if they did the other, they had a bag. They called it a wag bag. So it was very awkward. Like I went up to a soldier, I go, where's your restroom at? And he was like, you gotta go number 1 or number 2. It's like, well, I don't really see how that's your business. And to be honest, I might mix it up. So why don't you let me decide, all right? We have barely made eye contact. I got to go to Bahrain, too, which I learned was a country when I got there. I thought it was the guy we were meeting, and it was... When you go to Bahrain, you go and you stay on an army base, but there you can actually leave the base and go out to the city. So they tell you, they're like, look, if you go out there, it's safe, just don't draw attention to yourself. So they were like, don't wear American t-shirts. And I was like, all right, like that's fine, no American t-shirts. So what are you gonna do about the white on my skin? That's gonna be more of a problem. I don't want them to come up to me like, excuse me, are you Muslim? Southern Muslim, actually. I remember I would fall out of a bunk bed. I slept in a bunk bed. I was on the top bunk, and I would get over a railing and just fall 6 feet to the ground and just land. I mean, you don't catch yourself. It's just whatever hits first. All your body weight just lands on your head. I got a full-blown concussion. I'm crying. My parents are like, just go back to a deep sleep for 7 hours. I've had 3 concussions in my life, and none of them because of sports. Just living life, man, you know? Stuff happens to your head. What are you gonna do? One was in high school. I got pushed into a wall head first. And it took them 3 class periods to figure out I had a concussion. That's how much I was bringing to the table. I mean, 2 teachers didn't even notice. And the third one was like, he wasn't facing forward. And that's when I realized he's one of the better facer forwards I've ever had. So I knew. My biggest concussion was when I was 12 years old. I fell down a cliff. So I grew up in Old Hickory, Tennessee. And we used to climb down this cliff into Old Hickory Lake, and we'd done it a ton of times. And so one day I slip and fall. So my friend that I'm with, he goes and gets my mom. There was a guy fishing in a boat down in the lake, and so he sees me and he gets me into the boat. And then he takes me over to some stairs, which he had to be like, why didn't he just use these stairs? I mean, they were right next to that cliff. Like, it didn't even make sense. There was 2 guys at the bottom of the steps, and he goes, hey, this kid fell. Can you carry him up? So they carry me up. And my mom's in an ambulance in her pajamas. My dad, who I think everybody knows now is a magician, and he's doing a show in a full tuxedo. So when they get to the hospital, the doctor starts talking to my parents. I mean, my mom looks homeless. My dad's in a tuxedo. It looks like they're... I didn't go to church growing up. I grew up in Tennessee, and we went to church. I actually tried to play basketball for my high school team, but I got cut, so I had to play for my church because the church cannot cut you. They have to let you play. They could cut you. You'd be pretty bad if they're like, look, we think you're good, but Jesus does not think you're that good. He is our captain. So, church ball was a lot different because we played half court, no three-point line. We played on carpet. That's your first sign. It's not going to count. And they didn't even give us a basketball. We didn't have a basketball. We would just stand there and play on honesty. You'd be like, I just made it. It was like, oh, that's a good shot. You're really good. I stole it. I forgive you for stealing it. It was moral points. Counts later. Are y'all gonna go watch the Nathan's hot dog eating contest? Did everybody get their tickets for that? It's exciting. I think it's free anyway, but I remember the first time I saw the hot dog eating contest. The first time I saw it, you would see a lot of skinny people, and then they would show like a huge fat guy. So I was like, all right, obviously he's gonna win. He probably ate on the way here. But he does not win. Kobayashi or Joey Chestnut, two very in-shape guys. So that means fat people are not even good at what they're good at. Who would have thought? Huh? Who would have? I'm married, and that is whatever, but you do it. You know what marriage is like? Marriage is like, you ever go to a concert and you see a mosh pit, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go get in that mosh pit. But then once you get in it, you're like, I do not want to be in this mosh pit. At all. I am gonna leave and go get some beer, then the mosh pit's like, hey, you drank last night. You're like, all right, mosh pit, why don't you get off my back and let me live my life.